Hello everyone and welcome to the 7th episode of first season for Peng's Book Club. So it has been a long time since I last updated my video and I hope everyone is doing fine. Today I'm going to introduce a very interesting little book called BiteSize Python, an introduction to Python programming by April Speight. So April Speight, I suggest you can visit her website. It's called fogandco.com. So very interesting, and she is currently a developer at Microsoft. You can follow her at Twitter, and so in this book, even though the introduction said it's introducing children to the popular Python programming, what I find this book very useful is when I was also creating or updating my first week of my own Python course. The course is mainly for college graduates who specialize in mostly business degree rather than computer programming or statistics. So first of all, the book covers almost everything that you need to know when you start to learn Python. So covers from how to install the program, what is the integrated development environment, and then go through all the key things you need to know. Firstly, what is a variable and why it is important for your programming, and then what are the key data types. So one is numbers and the other is a string, and then all the key concepts in programming, which are conditionals, control flow, and also personally I would really like move chapter 7, chapter 9, and chapter 10 together because they consist of the conditionals and all the loops, and then put lists and dictionary together so they can understand what's the difference of lists and dictionaries. And then functions and modules are which are what makes Python really unique, especially all the the open source modules that you can import and use for your own programming purpose. So, but I guess from the author's perspective, it is not a book that for machine learning, rather than it is rather a book about introducing children of the Python language. So that makes sense. And I really love the book because for each chapter it is structured in a very interactive way. For example, in the chapter 4, where it also talks about the variables, um, this part, including what is a variable and how you can print a variable or update the values, these are all very typical in a Python programming book. But at the end of the chapter, you will get this little project called Meet Your Classmates. I think how this is written is very useful for people starting to learn Python, and when they go through each chapter, they have some kind of sense of achievement at the end of each chapter. Say, creating these interactive questions is very simple code, and when you write it like this and then put it in say Jupyter Notebook, you can actually have like a little interactive programming, right? And the same thing for the chapter 9 is for loops. So at the end of the loops, it is a very interesting project called Find the Green Marble, and you get all these concepts and techniques integrated into one key project. You see here is the collection is basically telling you create a list, right? And then using the random function, and then creating loop, and you can see how it is put into practice in such a small project. And if you are thinking of creating something more relevant for, say, in my case, creating for business school students, I can easily replace all these concepts into, customers picking their favorite SKUs. So you can understand how it is put into practice, say, like a chatbot, although it is still a very long way to go from here to actually producing a chatbot. And still, these small projects put the whole book into a different perspective, and I find that very useful. So that's why overall I'm recommending this book for those who are interested. Once again, it's called BiteSize Python, and it's available on Amazon, and I hope you enjoy it too. Thank you.